I see that the clock is striking 12, so I immediately grab my phone and I start searching. I find the birthday girl and I send her a text. She hits me back in about 5 minutes. Her response is beautiful. It's completely her. It's also the scene of a crime. This crime, it's a robbery, but not of any possessions, of a phrase. This year is 2020 more. My sister and I, we share a lot of the same struggles. An inconsistent home environment, bouncing between grandparents' house, mom's house, dad's house. Whether that be people pleasing, whether that be not feeling one. For me, that's always feel like I've been battling with two sides, two halves in myself. But for Lala, it's kind of different. She feels like she has these three people: the person who she is for real, the person who she is around my nana and my abuela, those are my dad's parents, and the person she is around my grandparents, my other grandparents rather, my mom's parents, mama and papa. She feels like in these three environments, when she's with either set of grandparents, she has to almost wear a mask. She can't really be herself. Although I don't completely resonate with feeling like I have to switch between these other people that aren't even me, I do feel like when the time calls for it, I have to lean into different sides of myself. And that's a struggle that I've been facing for all my life. Whether it be anxiety or depression, she's been struggling a lot longer than me. But I had my struggles, especially throughout the last 5 years. But for me, I got some help. I had my school social worker, Miss Mick. Shout out Miss Mick, she's the GOAT. She really helped me understand about mental health, about my past, really about understanding myself. Miss Mick truly laid the foundation for my mental health and for understanding myself. I got to therapy for like 3 sessions. Not because I don't think that therapy can be effective, but it was hard for me to relate. I feel like I can't have a white therapist. Not because white people can't like help me, but they just can't relate. A white person can't walk in my shoes. When I was up at college and I felt like I hit rock bottom, I reached out to the school's psychological center. It was actually called Counseling and Psychological Services, CAPS. And I had 6 weeks, so 6 sessions with a therapist. Her name was Hope. Shout out Hope. During one of those sessions with Hope, she said to me, Jaden, I think you don't want to be here at school. It was almost like I needed that permission from somebody else to say, yeah, you're fucking right. Now, that was back in February this year. And I didn't leave school right away because I didn't want to go back home to my mom and papa. I didn't want to be there. I wanted to avoid that place as much as possible. One, because I wanted to avoid them, but two, because I associated that house with a lot of my other darkest moments. When I felt like I was deep in the hole of depression during COVID, during lockdown, where I'd spend 10, 12 hours a day playing Overwatch all day or binging shows, whether that be Jane the Virgin or A Different World, whether that be Boy Meets World and Girl Meets World. Bro, let me tell you, I binged the entirety of Boy Meets World and Girl Meets World, right? That's 10 seasons. I did that in 10 days. I was literally watching an entire season a day. There was one day I took a break. I think that was day 6. And then on day 7, I busted out 2 seasons. Or I busted out like 1.5. And then on 8, I did another 1.5. And then I was caught up. 9 and 10, I finished. I was full on escaping my reality. I didn't want to be in the world I was in. Not just this world. I didn't want to be in my head. I didn't want to face these demons. Fortunately for me, self-improvement saved my life. Educating myself, truly understanding my mind, journaling. Journaling has saved my fucking life, dude. It saved my mind. It allowed me to process. It allowed me to make my thoughts, my emotions, these things that I felt were so deep to me, but so hard to say. It allowed me to write them and create distance with them. Self-improvement saved me. But my sister, she's on a different path. She's got responsibilities. She has a family she has to take care of. She's got a kid, my little niece. Kat. Her name's Catalea, like the Colombian flower. But it's spelled K instead of C, A-T. And then instead of being Leah, like the flower is, it's Leia, like Princess Leia. Because her mom and her dad are Star Wars fans. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Princess Leia. That's the GOAT. So it's Catalea in Spanish or Catalea in English, right? So her nickname's Kat. That's my heart. My sister has a lot of responsibilities. She's always had to take care of other people. She's always had to please other people. And because of that, she wasn't able to serve herself. But when she texted me back on her birthday, my sister's a New Year's baby, she said that this year is 2020 more, and that she's prayed for accomplished dreams and fulfilled hearts. That super resonated with me. I connected it back with when me and my family went to church on New Year's Eve. We just started going to this church. It was the first time I'd been there, and my dad and my stepmom, they had just been there for the first time the week prior. So we go there, and the pastor, his name is Darius Daniels. He actually has his own YouTube. I'll put it here. He said that this year is the year of upgrade. Now we're talking about upgrading our lives in general, but there are 4 main categories of upgrade. Your faith, getting bigger and better spirituality, being more in line with God. 2, family. This doesn't necessarily mean bettering your relationships with family, even though that's an amazing goal to have. This one was more so focused on no unnecessary relationships. No relationships that don't serve you, even if that is family. 3, fitness. Building your body, serving yourself by having a strong temple, a strong vehicle to move throughout the world. And 4, finances. Now I heard that, I was like, oh yeah, baby. So I gotta get to this breach. That doesn't necessarily mean making more money for everybody. Not everyone will be able to just say, oh yeah, I want to make more money. And then it can happen. Now for me, that's definitely going to happen. I'm making more money. That's a fact. But it's also about managing your money better. I really, really resonate with the year of upgrade. Last year, I had my peaks last year. But those peaks, those were for 1 month. December. For the other 11 months, my life looked like this. And then eventually I got to December and I took off. Now I won't lie to you. Towards the end of December, the first 2 weeks of January, I dipped again. Things can't stay good forever. But things also can't stay bad forever. And I decided that I'm on the up. This is my year of upgrade. For faith, I'm going to get more aligned with God. I'm going to understand my spirituality better. I want to understand religion in general better. I want to understand how the world sees religions. What are the universal truths that these religions talk about? How can I better understand that so I can help people? That's how I'm going to upgrade my faith. When it comes to family, I do want to get more along with my family, closer, deeper connections with them. But I'm also done with the bullshit. I don't have time for unnecessary relationships. I don't have time to hold on to the past, to people that don't serve me. I want to build something big. You want to come along for the ride? Let's fucking do it. But if you want to stay asleep, you do that over there. Because I got dubs to get after. I got dreams to chase. For fitness. Bro, what? Now, I won't act like I have a great physique. But over the last few months, I've made a solid transformation. I used to be a skinny fat kid with a gut. I hated that, so I didn't like the way I looked. But with disciplining myself when it came to push-ups, doing more cardio, fasting in the morning especially, I was able to lose that. I was able to lose that gut. And I got down to a physique that I was actually proud of. But I got way more work to do. Because I'm still skinny. I gotta get muscular. I gotta build my physique. Because I want to be in a body that I look at and I'm saying, fuck man, this guy's a superhero. That's what I want to say to myself when I look in the mirror. Finances. We're going to talk about the second part first. I've always been a bad spender. I've never been good at saving money. That's because I didn't value money. I didn't have the correct mindset when it came to how I should see it. Before I came down here and I started working my job, money has always been handed to me. Always. So I never valued it. I didn't have to work for it. So why would I? I'd had jobs occasionally, but I'd only stuck with them for a couple months because I hated to work. It's not that I hate working, it's that I hated what I was doing. Whether that was lifeguarding, even though I love to swim, I love the water, and lifeguarding itself is amazing. One, it was super boring because I didn't actually do anything most of the time except sit in the chair. But two, I didn't feel very confident in myself. And in the fact that if someone actually did start to drown and I couldn't save them, which is a what if, but if I couldn't save them, I don't know how I could live with that. So after that year, back in 2019, I stopped lifeguarding. And I didn't want to get recertified. I didn't want to go do it again. I had a sales job at Adidas at the beginning of 2021. But that shit was just so ass, honestly. I can't work retail. I'm not even going to talk too much about that one. But now that I've actually been working for money, and I see money as just a compressed unit of time. That's what money is. It's a resource that represents time. You work for money, right? You put time into making that money. They don't say time is money for no reason. It takes time to earn money. Money is time. Right? I don't got time to waste. And I value my time now. So I value my money now. I also have an entrepreneur mindset. I don't spend money. I invest it. I invest in my education, in my skills, in bettering myself. I invest in my health. whether that be fitness, getting better quality food. I eventually want to invest in an Aura ring for my sleep. So that's really important to me. And I invest in my business. Right now, that's YouTube. But I'm building school communities. One free one for everybody to join. That's going to be named Dubs Chasers, for young men who are on self-improvement, who want to understand the mental health better, who want to have a community that they can go to, who they can lean on in times of strength and in times of weakness. Because that's important. If I had a community like that before I joined Adonis School 2 months ago, not even, a month and a half ago, I would have felt a lot safer. I would have felt a lot more welcome in my self-improvement journey, in my journey to understanding my mental health, in my journey to leveling up. So I want to create my own platform from that. I'm also going to have a paid school community that I'm going to be dropping monthly courses in. But this isn't a pitch because they're not even going to be out for another 3-ish weeks. I also want to do one-to-one coaching because I genuinely feel like helping people one-to-one, that is a big calling of mine. I love to listen. I love to listen. I love to feel like people can open up to me and lay out their hard times, lay out the things they've been struggling with, lay out their emotions to me. Because that's not something that has been pushed on us, especially as young men. People tell us that you can't have feelings. Oh, if you talk about your feelings, you're a pussy. Fuck that. They're the pussies. If you can't admit you have feelings, if you can't admit you have fears, you are a pussy. So they're the pussies, not us. Not us young men that want to open up, that want to lean on somebody in times of weakness. You are strong for admitting your weakness. You are not weak. And that's why I really want to do one-to-one coaching. That's why I want to build all of this. So I can help young men like yourself. So I can give that platform for us to be great together. And of course, I want to make money from that. That's not my priority. My number one priority is to help people. Because even if I never made a single dollar from business, if I knew that I could help a single person every time I did something, every time I posted a YouTube video, every time I made a community post in one of my school communities, every time I hopped on a coaching call, even if I got zero money for it, if I was able to help somebody, I would go to bed with a smile on my face. I would go to bed fulfilled for that day, saying that I did my part. Now, of course, I want to make money, because money is what makes the world go around, right? But serving is my number one priority. This year is 2020 more. How are you going to upgrade your faith? How are you going to upgrade your family, your relationships? How are you going to upgrade your fitness? How are you going to upgrade your finances? I challenge you to ask yourself these questions. If you want, comment them down below. I'd love to hear what you have to say. Maybe you just want to go journal them to yourself and reflect on them. That's a great idea. My name is Jaden. You can call me Jay. You can call me JC. You can call me Dubs. My mission is to serve young men like yourself and understanding mental health a bit better, on leveling up, on being along your self-improvement journey. I just want to make the world a better place. If you resonated with anything, leave a like or comment, let me know. Drop a sub. You can push this message, join the movement. Young men who want to get the fuck after their dreams, who want to get big dubs, join the movement. Join the Dubs Chasers. Community's dropping on Saturday, February 3rd. Be ready for it. Stay blessed and keep hustling. Big dubs.